I think the way you do it, Bruce, is you tend to throw information out, and I don't want that. I want to keep all the information in. You tend to focus on a couple of big games. What's your loss? What's your best win? And I want the whole thing to count. I want the whole 8, 9 games at this point to count. Tell me how you played over the whole 9 games, and let's not worry about argue over whether Oklahoma is better than USC. Ultimately, that will determine if Texas is better than Notre Dame.
But that's not how I factor it, because I was like, I would say who's your best win, then who else comes after it. Now, I wouldn't go...
Even that, no, I don't want to do that. I don't want to do this like, Oklahoma is your best win, okay?
And then what's your next best win?
I mean, the reality is, the way Bruce is describing it...
My biggest frustration with this thing is when you go back to something where none of us, if you said, give us the top 30 teams, would have Penn State anywhere near there. You have to base it what's gone on the field. They lost to a winless UCLA team that hadn't led anybody. Then they turned around and lost at home to a pretty mediocre Northwestern team. I get it. This isn't how Mel Kiper or Dane Brugler ranks the roster.
No, but we're not doing that either. They're clearly a much better team than what their record is.
They are, because the record's terrible. They're also not a 6-3 team.
Bruce, nobody is suggesting Penn State should be ranked in the committee rankings. Nobody is suggesting that. All we're saying is we have 9 games worth of data that says Indiana going and winning on the road at Penn State is more impressive than somebody going on the road and beating Wisconsin.
That's not all you're saying. That is not all you're saying.
It's mostly what I'm saying.
Pretty much what I'm saying.
That's all you're saying.
That's what strength of record is.
No, you think that's what you're saying. That's actually not what you're saying. I mean, we'll leave it there.
All right, we should take a break.
20 minutes and I feel like I'm dumber than when I started. I didn't.
Which is saying something still.
I didn't learn.
Yes.
Hopefully the listeners don't feel more confused than they did before we started. At the end of the day, Ralph's huge on analytics. Bruce hates analytics.
I don't hate analytics.
I think you need to do somewhere in the middle.